Thank you very much for your presentation. Very enlightening. I have two questions for you. The first one is just sort of your opinion about something. Recently you described the tafsir of the study Qur'an section, the commentary, as being something like the heart of the project, and the sense that it's very ecumenical, bringing together traditional Sufi, Shiite, as you said, and Sunni tafsir. And that's a remarkable achievement and something that should be appreciated. I mean, this man gave 9 or 10 years of his life doing this project, so barakallahu feekum, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you for that and give it acceptance, inshallah ta'ala. So my question is, in Christian academic circles, they have, critical editions of the Greek New Testament, the United Bible Society, Nestle Allen, so on and so forth, where you have an eclectic text in Greek, basically taken from the most reliable manuscript witnesses. And then at the bottom of the page, you have this critical apparatus showing the variant readings of the Greek. So my question is, do you think there's merit in doing something like that? I know Arthur Jeffrey used to call for something like that, Carl Ernst, a critical Arabic edition of the Qur'an, where you have maybe the Hafs Qira'ah, the Rasm, or as you translated, the consonantal skeleton there, and then a critical apparatus showing the differences of the 7 readings, or 10, or several, whatever 7 means, the 1,000 or so differences there in the critical apparatus, but also maybe showing in that critical apparatus pre-Uthmanic codices or manuscripts like Ibn Mas'ud or Ubay ibn Ka'ab or the Yemeni palimpsest, or even the one that was just discovered in Birmingham, to sort of own the differences. Because this is something that's demanded by Western academia. There's no critical Arabic edition of the Qur'an. Why don't you do that? Own the differences and then actually take some time and explain through sophisticated answers why we have these differences. Do they touch upon the integrity of the text at all? Do they preclude the belief that the Qur'an is a divine revelation? What's your opinion about having an eclectic Arabic critical edition?
I don't think it would necessarily be eclectic. I think that actually, but I think it's a great idea, actually, and I think that, and as you know, there are multi-volume works in Arabic that collect not only the 10 qira'at, but also, the shaf qira'at, and those that are considered to be, there were 80 different qira'at or more before the kind of tradition went down, and in the 4th century they said these 7 are mutawatir, these 3 are mashhur, and these are the ones that are acceptable for recitation in prayer. Yeah. This is actually a really interesting distinction, is that they say that these are acceptable for recitation in prayer, but sometimes in the tafsir tradition you'll find them say this reading is not acceptable for qira'ah, but it is acceptable, or for tilawa, but it is acceptable for tafsir. And so there was a much broader view than sometimes we imagine there may have been regarding these different readings. And I think you're absolutely right. I think not only own them and do that, but I think actually a translation that has the translation, and then it has the translation according to the different qira'at below it. I think that would be a fantastic contribution, and I do think that it's something that we should do. And there's a lot of these tools that exist within the field of biblical studies that sometimes we're afraid of, because we're afraid of of the way that some people in other disciplines want to use them as regards the Qur'an. But actually, some of them are if we were to reimagine them, and like you say, own it and own it within our tradition, they're actually very useful. I mean, there's somebody who's doing his dissertation on the history of the Isnad at Harvard, and he's basically saying, this was actually a tradition borrowed from outside of the Islamic tradition and then used, and like now we say, like, if you don't have the Isnad, you don't have knowledge. And it's like, wow, we took that from outside and we used it. Like, we should not be scared of these tools. they offer interesting things for us. They offer fascinating things for us. Now, there's another point that you brought in, which is somewhat different towards the end of that, is does it in any way impugn the integrity of the text? This is one of the things that I came to kind of realize through the process of doing this, is that it doesn't at all. That one of the things that actually preserves the integrity of the Quranic text, and I think that this is part of the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is that that kind of polyvalence is built in even on the linguistic level. Why? Because just to have that approach, when you realize that the text is multi-layered and multivalent, even on the linguistic level, it's going to help you realize how it can be multi-layered and have multiple different meanings when you get into the interpretive level. The other thing is that it's almost like this instant linguistic reminder that human language cannot fully contain the divine word. And it's just like, the Qur'an is human language fractured by the divine presence. That's part of the incredible genius of this text, and there is nothing like it in the world. And we can own it, and we can show it to the world.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, you might want to check out some other videos that we have available on our channel. And don't forget to click on the subscribe button to get more updates on new videos as they are released.